Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kevin here. This this is not a podcast. We're going to be doing something a little different this week for the Patreons. So the Q&A really didn't seem like it had a lot going on with it, which is fine, as Mr. Marvel Finks let me know it's off season, dude. So, I figured it'd be cool to do something else. So I'm doing a video film study. So I took about 5 plays from Malcolm Brown, our newly signed one technique slash defensive tackle, signed in offseason from the New England Patriots. And, I studied a few of his plays, 4 from the Super Bowl because, that's an important game. So how did he show up, you know, when everything matters and everything is on the line, your whole season is on the line. And just a play that I saw from a Miami game earlier in the season. So start off with the play from Miami, and then I'm gonna transition into the 4 plays in the Super Bowl. So it's gonna be some whack editing, and the audio may not be as good, but I think it'll be watchable. It's my first time doing this, so I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, but hope you guys enjoy it. If you like it, then cool. This be something that we could add to the repertoire of things that we're trying to provide. If you do not like it, tell me. I will never do it again. So, again, thank you guys for being Patreons. Thank you for sticking with us, and yeah, check it out. All right, guys, we are going to get into the first play. So you see, this is Malcolm Brown right here, number 90, where I'm circling my mouse. So we're going to start with looking at the all 22 view and then transition into the end zone view. So, first thing that we're going to see here is he gets off the snap really well, right? He's off the ball. His man gets off the ball around the same time, but his get off is so good he beat a lot of the other offensive linemen off the snap, which that's always a good thing for a defensive lineman. The next thing that we're going to pay attention to is his pad level and his hands placement. So first we're going to look at his pad level. He comes off the ball. He doesn't lunge at the guy, but he comes off in an explosive way, makes contact, and as you can see that his pads are lower than the offensive lineman. So that's good for him. The next thing he's going to do is he's going to get his hands inside the hands of the offensive lineman, which is the third good thing he's going to do in the play. So his hands are going to be inside. He's going to have leverage because his pad level is low, and he got off the ball quickly. It's going to allow him to win this snap, right? So he's got position. Now he just needs to find the ball, disengage, make the play, right? So we're going to look at it from another view, which is the end zone. Come off the ball, hands in the right place, pad level. So his pads are so low you can't even see him, right? I mean, but he's in control, right? And so he's in a really good position right here. You can basically bench press the guy if you get up under him like that. That's how good his positioning is on this play. So we're gonna let it run. So once he knows he's good, right? I mean, I got this guy in position. I basically can control him from this point on in the play. Now his job is to get his eyes on the ball carrier, determine which gap the play is going in, disengage, then make the play. The guy got a little bit of an arm ball on him, obviously, but he was able to get one hand out, make the play, blow up the run. Right? That's one player stopping the play by himself. That's what you like to see. Okay, guys, the second play we're going to look at is from the Super Bowl, and I'm going to go into a few plays from the Super Bowl from here on out. So this is not a sexy play, but it's a good reminder of what type of player he is and some of the type of things that he can do. So you can see it's 1st and 10, so down the distance is important. So this is him right here, right? He's lined up over the center, between the center and the guard, so it looks like a one technique position. We can verify that when we look at the end zone view. But quickly, we're going to see It's 1st and 10, so runner pass here, right? This is a down where offenses typically have the most flexibility on what they're going to do on the defense, other than maybe like 2nd and short or something like that. But 1st and 10 is one of those downs where your kind of your whole playbook is available in some way, shape, or form. So he's going to play the run first, and if it's run, then he's going to obviously try to make the play under those circumstances. And if it's a pass, then he's going to try to get to the quarterback. So let's see what happens here. So Goff is under center, snaps the ball. So you see now he's playing run, right? He's playing run. He's not coming upfield too much. He's in a hand fight with the guy. He sees his pass. What does he do? Disengages, throws the guy off. Like, look at his hands. The offensive lineman is basically he took him completely out of position, right? He's hand fighting with him here. Disengage. Basically almost threw him to the ground. Now, this guy blitzed from the edge, 54 Hightower. So he beat Brown to the quarterback. But even if this was a 4-man rush, the ball came out quick. So, no one would have got there. But if it would have been a 4-man rush, then Brown would have got, he would have got to the quarterback quickly. So let's take a look at it from the end zone view. And it's always a better look to see how guys rush the passer from this view. So again, there he is at the 1 technique. He's going to play the run first, right? Boom, boom, boom. Gets it, eyes is on the quarterback, sees that it's a pass, disengages. Now look, right? The lineman is still squared up on him. He's making this. He's making this move. Now look, he has a straight path to the quarterback there, right? You got the blitzer coming, and you got Brown coming to the quarterback. Now the ball comes out quickly, but you can see that's a good snap for him, right? He beat his man, and he read the play, diagnosed it. Once he saw it was a pass, he beat his man to the quarterback. All right, guys, we are on the 3rd play here. So again, it's 1st and 10. They're playing the Rams in the Super Bowl, and we're gonna see how he performed on this play. So Brown is here. This is him. I think again he's lined up. Look like he's at the 1 technique or the shade. It depends on what term you like the most. So on the snap of the ball, and let's just look at this one from the end zone view the entire time, because I think it gives us a better vantage point. So this is him right here, right? So he's lined up over the guard. So watch what happens. He's going to try to engage the guard first, but look what happens. Nope, guard's gone. Look who's trying to cross his face. The center, I'm sorry. He's going to try to engage with the center, but the guard is there trying to cross his face. So he's going to blow up the guard. He's just going to blow him up, right? Once you see a guy get knocked off his feet like that, the opposite player won the down. So I thought this was good recognition from him. He's lined up over the center in the 1 technique. Again, it's 1st down. It could be run or pass. But he read the play in real time, saw that the guard was, because this is the guard right here, number 65. The guard, the center. Keep getting them mixed up. But the center's gone. See, right, the center's gone. The guard's trying to cross his face, so he's reaching for the center first. Switches to the guard, gets in position, gets his hands on him, knocks him back, gets double teamed from the tight end, or number 81. I'm not sure if he's a tight end wide receiver, but absorbs that. Now watch what happens. He still is responsible for his gap, right? Gap control in the run game. So he disengages from the guard. I got the position right this time. Disengages from the guard, fills this gap. Now look, if you're CJ Anderson, if Malcolm Brown is still stuck on the block right here, you're going to cut back and you're going to make that linebacker make a play in this hole, right? But he beats his man, handles the double team or chip double team, whatever you want to call it, fills his gap and forces the running back to beat them in another place. Now C.J. Anderson made the right decision here, and he got a few yards here. But that's just a good play by Brown again. He's going for the center. The guard tries to cross his face. He gets in position, gets his hand, gets a punch on him, knocks him out of position, even with another player coming to block him, fills this gap, gets in position, and forces to play somewhere else. That's a good play by Malcolm Brown. Okay, guys, play number 4. So we're looking at 2nd and 7 here. So we're looking at, you could run or pass, but more likely, I guess you could say it's more likely pass than run on this play. So, we know Malcolm Brown will play the one tech. He's more of a run stopper than a pass rusher. But I want to highlight his pass rush, a pass rush that he had in this game on this play. So again, like the last play, we're going to just go straight to the end zone view here. Get a better vantage point. So this him, again, playing the one technique. Lined up on the outside shoulder of the offensive center. So let's see what happens this play. Right? So he comes off the ball. Right? So he's hand fighting, right? These guys are in pass rush mode. Right? They're in pass rush mode. They're going to get the quarterback. 2nd and 7, we'll deal with the run. We'll deal with the run later. So as a one technique, your job is pretty much, you want to push the pocket, right? When you're rushing from the inside, you want to get in the quarterback's face. You want to make him look, you want to make him pay attention to the pressure in his face, and hopefully, if you don't get there, then the guys from the edge will get there. So in this play, he comes off the snap again, really well, and that seems like to be a theme of his. He seems like he has good snap anticipation, and I would say even some explosion for a guy his size and the position that he plays coming off the snap, and that's a very good thing. So he's going to hand fight with the center for a little bit, right? So the double team from the guard came over here. So he's got the center one-on-one, right? These guys are all lined up. I mean, these guys are all one-on-one everywhere else. So we're going to let it run. So he's still hand fighting, right? Now, the center still seems to be in a relatively decent position here. But the whole time, right, Brown he's just shortening the distance between himself and the quarterback as he's hand fighting with the offensive center. So watch what happens. So a lot of times your first move doesn't work, right? So, we call that's like a late in the down pass rush move, a secondary pass rush move, a counter, right? When your initial move don't win, how are you going to beat the guy in front of you? And I thought that was a good example here, right? He's hand fighting here. You can see the guard got his hand kind of on his helmet. I'm not sure how legal that is, but we're going to let it run, right? And so again, hand fighting. But look what happens. He gets his hands extended, right? Create some space between himself and the center, and look, rip. Now that's it, right? That's the Cam Jordan move, right? When you're flexing right there, you got your bicep popping out, right? He's under him at that point, and now he's gonna get to the quarterback. Now Goff got the ball out, but for a one technique, that's an impressive play. Again, right? You come off the ball, you shorten the distance between yourself and the quarterback. Your initial move didn't work, right? You're still coming, right? You're still fighting with the guy. You finally get some extension on the guy. You get some space created between you and the center, and you dip right up under him and get to the quarterback. Now the other guy, 93 beat his man a little faster, but again, that's a good pass rush snap for Malcolm Brown here. Okay, guys, we are going to get into the last play that we're going to watch from Malcolm Brown. So it's 1st and 10, and as we said earlier, Well, Malcolm Brown is a run stopper, and so we're going to watch him play the run on this play. So we're going to look at this one again from the end zone angle. That's my favorite view, and if I'm watching defensive lineman and offensive lineman, of course. So let's see what happens here. Let it run. So off the ball, what happens, right? The center crosses his face, gets in relatively decent position, right? You know, when you're trying to cross the face of a player, you're trying to go from, I hope you guys can see my mouse. You're trying to go from this side of the player, and that's where he is, right? You're trying to get in front of, you're trying to basically be at the opposite side of him, right? So you want the other part of your body to be in front of him. And that's kind of what the center is going to do. He's going to come off the snap, loop around, and get in somewhat good position here. But what Brown does, right? He's going vertical also, but he's coming out of his snap in a position of power, right? So he sets his anchor. Like, look at his leg there, right? He's setting his anchor. He's got his pads low. He's got his hands in the right place. And look what he does to the offensive tackle. Long arms him, right? So now his anchor's set. He's got his hands in position, right? And so again, like we spoke on the first play, now it's time to find the ball. Now it's time to find the ball, right? He continues to control the offensive center the whole play. Even though the center crossed his face, got in relatively decent position, Brown beat him he beat him with technique, he beat him with leverage, he beat him with hands placement, right? He's in total control of this player. Continues to job him in the backfield. The key to stopping the run game is recreating the line of scrimmage, right? And look at Brown. Brown he's walking this guy into the backfield. The line of scrimmage has changed, right? It's 2 yards deeper than it was before, right? Now, these guys here, I think this is probably Flowers. I'm not sure if Flowers are 98 or 91, but Hightower, they're going to create a wall on this side, and Brown is going to create a wall in the middle, and 52 is going to do the same. And the guy just has nowhere to go. Look, and I mean, look at Brown the whole time, right? Look at his arm. He got both of his arms extended. From this angle, you can see his right arm extended. Look at the other angle, left arm extended, right? So he basically switched, right? Look, now he's turning his left shoulder toward the guy. That's how much control he had on him, and it just allowed him to control the play the whole way while keeping his eyes on the ball carrier, right? That's the key, right? When you get control of your man like that, you need to locate the ball. Is it a run? Is it a pass? If it's a pass, you need to go get the quarterback. If it's a run, you need to find the ball carrier. There's a run this time. He found the ball carrier, drove his man toward the running back, and basically gave the running back nowhere to go. It's a tackle for a loss. Good play.